Black and white coverage.
All right. So I hit the live button. So let's check the streams to make sure they're all good to go, and then we can get started. There's always a delay, and it's actually pretty long. So, all right. So we are good on YouTube. It looks like. Hey, everybody on YouTube. We got 16 waiting. So, hey guys, everybody. We're just making sure we're live everywhere. So give us a second. Checking Facebook now. Tom, that's kind of your forte. If you could also check to make sure we're good on there.
Yep, trying to find the link now.
Yeah. So I'm in there. I'm on the page now, and I think. Well, let's see. Let me refresh. Yep. Okay, we're live there as well. All right. So we are good on both of our platforms. All right. Welcome everybody to our live stream. This is all of our first times really setting all this up, so please bear with us while we get all these cobwebs out of the way. Thank you everyone for already commenting. 1 million comments. It's going to be nearly impossible to get through that already, and it's only a few of you. So we're gonna learn as we go along with you guys. All right. So some of you guys know me already. I'm Feder from 3DPrintSOS, and I have some guests with me here. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Tom from 3DP Rescue. I think all of you should know who I am by now. And we're here to talk about Mingda's magician lineup, which I have 3 of. And I find them to be pretty impressive printers when the settings are right. And right before we started this, I kicked off a Benchy. And we're going to turn around real quick and take a look at that Benchy and see what we have.
So it looks like you're over there zooming.
And we're hitting a skirt, so we should have a complete Benchy in about 58 minutes. This machine is currently printing at 120 millimeters per second and a 0.24 layer height.
So the reason why that's important and impressive is because this is a 400 by 400 millimeter bed slinger. So
with
a
30 millimeter by 30 millimeter Benchy on it.
Yeah. The perfect application. But, the reason why we picked that is because obviously we have to fit in something into a hour long or so, maybe a little bit longer show, I guess. So, that's the plan. So we also have Vicky from Mingda with us. She is, where are you right now, Vicky?
Yes. Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our live stream. This is Vicky from Mingda 3D. I'm so happy to see you here. Maybe some of you do not know our Mingda before. Today, I'm here. Want to briefly introduce about our company. Our company Mingda was founded in 2012. We are one of the earliest 3D printer manufacturers in China. We have our own R&D team, non-standard production line, professional after-sales service team. Actually, from 2012 to 2019, our company Mingda mainly focuses on the large-scale industrial 3D printers for factory and manufacturer use. For the past 10 years, Mingda served many famous large companies all over the world. But from 2020, Mingda began to expand the Magician series consumer-grade 3D printers, focusing on the neighboring technology for solving the problem for the beginners. Yes, our self-developed smart auto neighboring Magician series 3D printer get very high feedback from the beginners and the professional users. Some customer I remember said that Magician is the easiest 3D printer with the best convenience he used so far. That is what Mingda want to do. Yes.
Yeah, thank you for that. It was a very nice little explanation. We've got some history about the company there. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so I too just like, yeah, for sure. And we're looking forward to seeing what you guys do. with Mingda. Just like Tom mentioned, I also have experience with the other two machines, the Magician and the Magician Max. I've enjoyed them both. I've done videos on both. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how this fares along with the other machines. It looks much more robust and very large. As you can see by this mass of a box, shipping this has got to be an absolute challenge, especially globally. So that's got to be something for you guys. But my plan is to hopefully unbox this machine and take it out of the box. Hopefully we'll have enough time for me to put this thing together. I know I'm going to be fumbling and making some noise, so be sure to let us know in the comments if all the things are going okay. But just as a disclosure, I did open the box just to see if everything is in there, but I didn't even take the printer out. So we'll be doing that all live in the stream. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably set it on the floor and start getting things out on the table here and make a mess. But we'll put it all together. And while I'm assembling it and showing you guys what's in the box, what comes with a package like this, Tom can show you how it operates. And I think there's also a giveaway that's also happening during this live stream. Right?
Yep, we'll hold a drawing and we'll announce winners within 48 hours.
So how are you going to hold the drawing, just so people know what they need to do?
Vicky's got a wild wheel, and we need some comments up, like we're listed on the announcement.
Oh, okay, in the Facebook group?
Yes, sir. And
right.
in the Mingda group.
Okay, so if you guys want more information about how to enter that, check out the 3DP Rescue Facebook group. Maybe we can post a link. Tom, if you can, actually, you know what? While I have my hand here, I will get the link and post it so that you guys can head over there and check it out. There we go. Should be in the comments coming from me. So check that out. There should be directions on how to do that there. All right, I'm going to just jump right in here. So I'm going to try to lean it just a little bit. So it looks like, unlike the other two machines when unboxing, this one is entirely in a bag. So that's very welcoming to see. Let's see what we got.
So to answer the comments, where did Tom go? I went to get a phone stand so I wouldn't have to hold my phone for the rest of the night.
Of course, they have probably some very interesting ideas on on where you went.
I got really nervous and got sick.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Nature calls. It's all good. All right, so far we have a manual. We have a full-size SD. I know the other two machines ran on a full-size SD card, so I'm just going to assume that is happening as well. We got a 4 GB card. We have an extra nozzle. Looks like a V6 style nozzle, 0.4 millimeter, I'm guessing. Very likely 0.4. Yep, 0.4 mils. We have totally decent tools, actually. Love to see full-size tools when we unbox these things. We got some cabling in here. Let's see here. USB-C, very nice.
Indeed.
We have our lovely little sampler of filament. Barely any hardware. And that's a good sign, because that means it's going to be really easy to put together. We have a little bed clip. All right. Oh, a little PTFE tube in here. So this is a direct drive unit, so the PTFE tubes are about this short, which is always nice. A lot less of this stuff to deal with is typically better. Right, Tom?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see what else we got. We have a power cable and a spool holder. These spool holders I always actually really like because they just pop right on there to the top of the whole gantry
right
there.
on,
Makes it out
right
really
off.
easy.
They work really well.
All right, I'm going to have to throw this behemoth down before I can take it out of here. Here we go. Oh, yeah.
And for anybody who's wondering, that box weighs 48 pounds.
There is a lot of printer in there.
As I believe everybody saw the picture that I posted of the Focus Odin 5 sitting on the bed.
Yes.
You could
So we
literally
have
print a nearly full-size 235 printer on the bed of this thing.
the thing I'm noticing right off the bat is that there's going to be zero chance I'm going to be able to fit the entire image in my camera there, so I'll have to move it as I build, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty sizable. We have a dual Z with some decent amount of grease, may I add. It is belted at the top. Nice and smooth movement so far. Let's see what we got. Nice neat little cabling over here. Looks like there's some brackets this time holding the cable in place. So cable managed, that's nice.
Ah, now I've got it open on the computer. I can read some of these comments.
All right. Let's see this carriage. Always nice to see if it wobbles out the box. Easy to adjust, but let's see. Nope. That's perfect out of the box right there. All right, I'm going to set this aside and get the base. All right, let's get the next part out. All right, this is also bagged separately, the base of the machine. So the thing about the base of this machine is it's actually really unique because it's kind of set up like a plate where it doesn't have a full enclosure. There's kind of like a aluminum sheet with everything sitting on top, which is definitely unique. I'm sure this bag is perfect in all of your speakers and headphones. You're welcome. All right, hold on. I'm going to mute my mic while I take this bag off.
Lots of people found the keywords they have to post, so we're getting a bunch of them showing up. That's good. Clayton, it's bigger than my Mimi too, by a long way.
All right. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so the braces are already attached. Okay, they're already attached to the actual plate on the bottom here, looks like. So
the
that's
funny
nice and
thing
easy.
here is the Facebook is on a lag. So after
yeah,
I
Thompson.
say something, I see myself saying it in Facebook.
Yeah, they're all like that. So whenever you stream, there's actually quite a bit of delay. So yeah, that's just kind of how it works. All right, how can I get these things out of here? Let's see. Is it from the back? So it's protected really well in here. As you can see, there's cardboard pieces underneath the bed, and I'm just trying to take them out. And they're holding all the cabling. Everything is held in place with these things, so nothing is moving. Oh, there you go. Okay, so you slide it out the side. Okay. I gotta say, not having styrofoam here is really nice. If you guys remember watching any of the videos and the other two machines, I had to have a vacuum. Vicky, maybe you saw that too. I had to have a vacuum to get all the packaging material out, but this one is done very well. And I know that you guys have changed the packaging since then, so I'm just poking some fun.
Hey, Fedra.
But
Yes.
yeah,
Before you, yeah, there you go. I was going to say, before you put the gantry up, make sure you put those arms back.
These bad boys. All
Yes,
right.
because the Machine Pro is very large size,
Oh.
so we take a very
There
carefully
we
about
go.
the package.
I gotta say, this thing just the sheer size of this base plate here is just unbelievable. Obviously, this is a big machine. This bed is massive. How can I illustrate this? Here, let me set these down for just a second. I think Tom mentioned the Focus Odin sitting on top of this. Let's see. I know a lot of my followers are familiar with the VoxLab Aquila machines. So let me get one of them. So here is the standard that fits on top of the bed. So for those of you guys that are interested in printing large items like helmets, I know that's a popular thing to print. Well, you'll probably be able to do it on something like this.
There you go.
Actually, on the Magician Max, I printed this enormous trash can. And I did it with a 0.6 millimeter nozzle, and I made sure that the layer width was set to 1 millimeter. So this is a massive and really thick trash can. It's actually very usable. So just something that you cannot do on a smaller machine. All right, so let's get ready to put the other part on. And I think what I'll do is I'll put these back. Let's move the bed to the back. Let's figure out how this sits. Feel free to give me any pointers, Tom, since you recently did this. So what I'm doing is I'm just getting all the cables out of the way.
Yeah, and every cable is real close to where it needs to plug in. It's very nice to put together.
All right, so it looks like the top of the gantry there just has these metal plates on the bottom. And correct me if I'm wrong here, all this hardware that's in this bag just goes in from the top here?
Yeah, they're going to go through the top. The M6 screws are going to go through the top. And then there's some short round head screws that are going to go through the top of the gantry into the stabilizer rods.
Perfect. All right, so as you guys can see, the assembly is extremely simple. This is not a kit. And I guess that's why the packaging is so obscenely large. All right, so I'm just gonna set this on top. Let's go ahead and slide this back. And there's like a little keyway, it looks like. Okay, so there's hardware on the bottom that kind of just slips into these little channels, and there you go. All right, let me just take a peek up here. Am I gonna have to get a step stool for this?
You are probably going to want to, because those two rods that you've got folded to the back need to go up into the gantry before you do anything else.
So I see I kind of lift it up a bit, and it slots into its own little place up there, and it looks like there's going to be a single piece of hardware that holds that from the top. And actually, you know what? Let me adjust the camera so that for those interested can see. So basically, these braces just get tucked into this plastic molded piece, and there's a hole on the top there, so you can put your piece of hardware in there. Nice and easy. Yeah, very fun to put together so far. Just, it's so easy, you know? All right, let's see how the hardware goes in. Yep, that's all aligned already. So I'm just gonna use this belt to lift this hot end a little higher to get it out of the way. But one thing, you know, when you're shopping around for a large printer like this, it could be really intimidating. You know, when you're looking for a large printer like this, that you might think that it's hard to assemble, and something like this, definitely not. How's that benchy going? How we looking on that benchy, Tom?
Hold on a second. I'm dragging a gumball across the bed. I missed something up.
Of course. Of course. Because it's a live show. I'm just looking at the comments. I can see both the Facebook comments and the YouTube comments, so it might be kind of fast for me to be able to answer some of these things.
I saw some friend ask about the bed, the PI. Actually, now our Magician series 3D printers use a glass bed, but we now have the PI. Then you can order it on our official store, then replace the glass bed to the PI.
Oh, that's nice. So you guys have a PI option if you wanted to.
Yes, we have the PI in our overseas warehouse.
Oh, okay. That was actually one of the things that I did to my Magician, as I changed from the glass bed to a PEI sheet, and that was a great modification.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting in the 6 pieces of hardware that go into the bottom plate, and I'm just kind of threading them in. I do have this screwdriver, but it doesn't fit into some of these areas, so I'm just threading them in by hand until they're somewhat in. Let's see. I love this little tool. It actually stops when you have a setting 1 through 3, and it actually stops when it can sense that it's all the way tight, which is very nice, convenient. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna plug in some of these cables that are here. Looks like the stepper motor cables are right next to where they need to be, so that's really nice. I have been noticing that there is a trend with 3D printers to not even have some cables. The past few that I've reviewed, the cables are just attached already, and it actually makes it a hassle because when you're going to take it out of the box, having both the top and the bottom disattached but attached via cable is actually really difficult to assemble. All right, so then we have a bed cable, and now just like the other Mingda machines, the bed cable has this kind of plug with 2 holes on the side for hardware to go into, so it's really secure. This is definitely not coming apart for sure. This ain't going anywhere, as they say. All right, so let's put in those 2, and we should be on our merry way. And then I'll just have to, what I'll probably do is I'll set this machine down on the ground so that I can put in the top 2.
So we're going to look at the auto level process while Federer's throwing that thing together. It actually does a 36-point level. And this will help me figure out why it gumballed on me.
And typically, I actually like to set up machines this size with a 0.6 millimeter nozzle. But Vicky, correct me if I'm wrong. This comes with a 0.4 millimeter nozzle, right?
Yes, it's
I
a
think it does. Okay. Yep. So that's another thing. If you guys are going to be printing large things or you want to go faster, a really easy way to do that is just by upgrading the nozzle. And one of the nice things about this machine and the other Mingda machines is they don't use proprietary nozzles. They are MK8, or not MK8, V6 style nozzles that you can get pretty much anywhere. They're really easy to install and upgrade. So that's really nice. All right, that is together, at least on the bottom. So 6 screws and then 2 more for the little cable on the bed. And let's see if the bed has a wobble. Nothing. Perfect. It has passed both of my tests so far.
Don't forget the 2 screws in your support rods.
Won't forget, I'm doing the next, taking a little coffee break. All right, let's see some comments over here. We got
So
John.
Alan
That's
asked,
nice looking printer.
Alan asked if you have to turn it upside down to do anything.
Nope. So far, nope. I have just been putting in screws from the top here right into these plates, and it is literally, I can't tell if this is steel or aluminum. I'm guessing it's aluminum. It's just going aluminum into aluminum. Very sturdy. No plastic on the bottom. So if that was something that turned you off from the other 2 machines, this is one to look at, because this is just an absolute beast. If you guys follow the channel, you know I like big burly machines, well, this thing is all metal so far, so that's nice. All right, I'm going to set this down so I can try to get in those 2 top screws. Yeah, so prepare for this type of thing. Prepare. All right, let's see. What is the size here? Bam, got it.
Well, don't anybody get nervous, but we currently have 186 viewers.
Oh, that's it? We need
That's
1,000.
it.
Let's get it to 1,000. All right, that's it. That's I have 1 more cable left, and then this machine is ready to go. And what time are we at? So 27 minutes. A bunch of that was talking. This is probably a 20-minute assembly, right? About 20 minutes, would you say?
Yeah, I would say about 20 minutes.
All right. This beast. Look at this thing. It doesn't even fit on my table. I'm just going to try to turn. Actually, you know what? Let's turn it this way. There we go. Can everyone see that?
Yes.
All right, so the only thing I have left is this cable here. And this is basically the power delivery to the hot end. And what's interesting here is it doesn't go on the hot end like a lot of the other machines that have this type of hot end. It has this other ribbon cable for that. So this plugs into the side, just like that. And then there is a little holder that you can tuck this in. So it's not going to be pulling on the cable. Very nice design. Yeah, so the only thing I can see here is I kind of want to tighten the bottom too, just so that those are tight. So let's go ahead and do that. That's 1. And that's 2. There we go. I call that assembled. Very nice. Let's bring that down just a bit. All right, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to zoom in, and we are going to do a peel, because everyone loves a good peel, right? All right, hold on. Let me get up close and personal here. All right, you guys ready? Ready? Throw me a thumbs up in the chat, or what do people throw in chats on these live shows? Give me a smiley face if you want to see this peel. Zoomy, of course you're ready. Yeah, ASMR, let's do it. Go. I'm telling you, give me like what do people do? Smiley face? Yeah, just do a smiley. It's easy. There we go. I see a couple. Thanks, Zoomy.
Pull your clip off, Fetter.
True.
Pull
Tom
your
knows all
clip
about
off the
these
front of your bed.
He knows all these ASMR tricks that people want. Let her rip. Joey with the do it. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. Ah! And that's why you keep a clip on there. Almost got decapitated. All right. Well, that was a failure or mega entertainment. What do you think? So the one thing that's also nice from here is the bed has this little notch here. The aluminum has this little notch where you can lift the bed up right here on the side, right here. And that lets you take the bed off if you need to, like remove a large print, for example. There's clips on the back here that kind of hold it in place. So you kind of slide it in the back and it kind of just holds right there. And then you have one single clip for the front. So there you go. Let's throw that on there. We're good to go. And there's like a little warning on the back here that says that, hey, you should probably clip this this power cable to the back of the bed. So I'm just going to remove that.
Might want to heat the bed up before you peel that sticker.
Yeah, it kind of, you can tell what's happening, huh? It peeled real bad. All right, so let me get you guys back. There we go. All right, I'm going to leave that on, and I'll get a razor blade on there. You are 100% right, sir. All right, let's get this thing some juice. I have a power cable here. It looks like it's in the back. Let's plug that in. Now, here's another question, and I didn't see this while I was messing with it. Is there a switch for the power supply for the U.S. or international? Do you know?
Mine was set up for US. I didn't even have any problem plugging it in and going.
All right, then that's what we're doing. Let's hit that power. All right, I see the logo, and we are good to go. Ready for another little one? Bonus peel. All right, and let's put this clip on here, the actual holder, and that just slides on up here. Let me show those who are interested in this type of thing. And yeah, this is a 7-foot ceiling, and yeah, it's almost hitting the ceiling. But this is a stand-up desk, so there we go, just like that. Super easy. There you go. And I'm making everybody nauseous with my camera angles. All right, I have it right on the edge of my table. So let me just clean up here with my tools. One thing I like to do before I print on glass is a little isopropyl alcohol just to get off whatever's on there. Am I right? Nice and clean. There we go. So, yeah, we were supposed to fit that in an hour, and bam, look at this. Now we get to just chat. All right, let's check out what we got here on the SD card. I know you guys aren't going to be able to see some of this in detail here, but if I go to print, go to SD. All right, SD card. I have the SD card. So where do we plug this bad boy in? I'm assuming it's going to be on the side over here.
Yeah, if you were facing, it would be on the right-hand side.
Oh, it looks like I did not plug in this little sensor over here. And that's important. Here, I'll just rotate this. Okay, hold on. Let's be safe here. Let's turn it off. There we go. Let's get the power unplugged. Rotate this bad boy. All right, SD card going in. One other thing while I'm plugging in the SD card here is they have both the a standard SD, a full-size SD, so you don't have to fiddle with those little SD cards. They have a full-size USB 2.0 and a USB-C plug. So a nice way to interface with the printer. And this last little plug, let's see if we can get that in. There's a little illustration actually on this that shows you how to physically plug it in. I gotta say, this is a very clean install so far. I haven't looked at the instructions. It just seems so self-explanatory. And maybe that's why I missed things like this little plug. But it's very easy so far. All right, little plug Let's get you in there.
Feisty little bugger.
There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tuck the rest of that cable down in there so it's out of the way. So it does have kind of like an optical sensor there for leveling. You guys remember this? It was just stuck to the bottom of my shoe like toilet paper in a movie. I gotta say, as large as this is, it's actually easy to move around because of this plate. It's just easy to grab. You can put your fingers right under there. All right. Power in. Printer on. Mingda logo. Got it. Wilmar, good vibes. Hey, man, thanks. Yeah, user experience during the setup is quite impressive. Yeah. Oh, actually, I could do this so you guys can see the thing that I'm answering. Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. Yeah, Bobby, for sure. Love the idea of the full-size SD. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, if you're going to use an SD, a full-size one is definitely better.
And you also can use a thumb drive on it.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing in the settings. So if you go to print, you can see it says UDisk or SD. So on the SD card here, we have an Angel, or does that say Angle? Angel?
It says angle, but it's an angel.
I see. All right, let's go ahead and warm up the bed. So I'm gonna preheat here. Let's go to 60.
Yes, Fido, you can choose the screen, as our touch screen is very simple and easy to operate.
Yeah, it is. And actually, if you guys want to see the screen in more detail, check my channel for the other Mingda videos where I go in depth about each one of these and show you every single detail about the screens. And I'm assuming this is very similar, if not the same interface as those other two machines, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So as this warms up, what I'm going to prep is a razor blade so that I can get that sticker off the back of the bed. And then let's choose some filament. I'm not going to promise a finished print here, but you know what? While we're here, why not print something, right? So I do have a ton of filament down here from 3D Max, my current PLA of choice, for those who wonder. Oh, here's another thing. Here's how I keep my filament. So I keep it in, I know I get this asked a lot. I keep it in bins like this. And what I do is I keep them all in bags like this with their own desiccant that comes with it. So that way they stay dry. I know PLA would be okay, but still. So here we go. We got this lovely little pink here, or orange. And you know what we should do? We will take a vote in the chat on which one I should load up. Why not, right? What do you guys think? Pink or orange? Let me know. Purple? Come on, Zumi. Come on, Zumi. What are you doing? Hot pink. Seeing a lot of orange. Orange. No love for the pink? All right, there you go, Darian. Alan. Can't go wrong with orange. Yeah, I guess it's fall time, and I've just seen so many pumpkins. And now the leaves, you know. Get some pinks in there. There's some team pink in here. All right. Orange. All right. I'll give it a couple more seconds. Let's see if pink can get back up on top here. From Syracuse, it has to be orange. Representing, huh? Orange. We got a pink. Thanksgiving is orange. Harley, Halloween is much. See, I'm thinking this is how I feel about it. That's a little aggressive, okay? But yeah, that's how I'm feeling about it too. It's critical with the red. You got to come in here and troll, huh? Hey, we had a purple. Why not have a red? Do a print change? Oof, oof. That's a challenge right there. Actually, you know what? I have a video. It's a short on my channel where I printed a full spool print. And after that spool was over, I used the menu to hit pause, change the filament, and I went ahead and did it. So you know what? I'm not opposed, actually. Do a print and change between. That's 2 of those. What do you guys think? We doing that? Zoomy. You just got to go against the grain. Don't give away my secrets. What's in this cup, Zoomy? It's coffee, okay? It's coffee. Calm down. All right, we got. Oh yeah, toasty bed. Let's see what it's showing. We're at 51 now. This is a giant bed. It's just absolutely massive. I'm definitely not expecting this thing to just insta heat, and neither should you. All right, let's go ahead and preheat the hot end as well. 21075 is the presets for the, you know what? Let's go ahead and change that real quick while I'm in here. I definitely prefer 270 for me, and actually maybe even a little lower on the bed. These beds tend to be really, really sticky, especially when they're brand new like this. Let's see. So I'm going to go in the settings. PLA. Let's decrease that to 200 on the nozzle. And I will do 60 on the bed. Let's do that. Let's hit save. Look how easy that was. We'll hit back. There we go. And now that preset is changed right over here to 260. So whenever you're ready to do PLA, bam, just click and you're ready to go. Hit back to the main menu. And it looks like it's going to do the bed first before it does the hot end. That's pretty standard procedure. All right, I'm going to load up the orange first. Can you turn off the beep? That's actually a good question. Let's see. Let's see what we got in the settings. Settings, beep. There we go. It's silent. So to answer that question, yes, you can turn off the beep. What we got going on? Humidity, how hot it is in your room?
It raised
72.
the temperature 2 degrees, not 10 degrees.
72. Toasty. You know, I've had, the most I've had running in this room was, I think, 10 machines at the same time without blowing the breaker. And that was, let me tell you, that was hot. Hot, 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 hot.
Yeah, in the middle of summer, if I'm running 3 printers here in the office, it takes it up to 90 degrees.
You guys see how I just let go of the edge of the filament? And that is how people start complaining about knots in their filament. Try to hold on to that as tight as you can, because if you let this puppy go, they tend to go back in the spool and tie in on themselves. So what I'm just doing is just cutting a little sharp edge. Let's load her up. We do have a dual gear extruder, and it does pass through a filament sensor first. There we go. And let's see, are we heated up yet? No, we're not. So we're still waiting on the bed. So I will wait. Actually, you know what? I'll just keep that open while we wait. Tom, since you might know, how long is the test print that's on the machine?
The Angel, I think, took about an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh, okay. So we won't be able to finish, but at least we'll see some part of it go.
I think that it was sliced in vase mode. It's very, very light and hollow, and it prints pretty quick.
Oh, okay. One of the things I will do first is level the bed. but I'm just attaching this so that we have it. I'm kind of going to pull the filament out since while it's leveling, I don't want it to be on the bottom there. And another thing about the leveling on this machine, for those that don't know, is it does not have a sensor that protrudes in any way. It actually uses the nozzle itself as the sensor point. So when it levels itself, there's nothing that you have to do for the leveling. There's no knobs on the bed. There's no adjustment there. You just hit level and let the machine do the work, which is really nice. Someone just said, wow, it's massive. Thank you. The printer, that is. And let's go ahead and go to the menu. Let's go to move. Nope, not move. Where are we at? Settings. Settings. Nope. Z offset. Z offset. No. It's hard to read this thing from the angle I'm at. All right. Let's see what's in the settings menu. It's got to be the Z offset, right? Where is the the leveling menu is literally on the front. I should probably take a look before I go ahead and click through everything, huh? So literally on the front of the menu, there is a leveling button. So it's heated up, so we're just going to hit level. Oh, and it actually wants to get the hot end up as well, which is actually good because you want these things both to be hot, the bed and the hot end, since the metals move just ever so gently. So if you do it on a cold hot end and the bed, then it might not be the same when you're actually up to printing temperatures. So actually nice to see that it actually stops this thing from leveling until it gets to that temperature. So one thing I know is sometimes when the machines are set to the wrong setting on the power supply, they could take longer to heat up and such. How long would you say? Oh, this thing's already ready. So since I can't see the power supply, I can't tell if we're on the right mode. I'm just going to assume we are. Let me see if I can take the sticker off to some degree, just so it doesn't get in the way. And then while it's going, I'm going to put on the second clip back here as well, just so it doesn't move all over the place. There we go. So yeah, hands-free leveling. I know a lot of people really like that. So one thing I'm definitely liking, just going to talk about it while I'm here staring at it. I definitely like the bracing. I think that is a really good addition to a 400 millimeter height machine. It's just nice to see. This is a lot of printer for sure. Let's see what you guys are talking about. What temp is used for the hot end when leveling? It looks like it went to 190. I can't see right now because it kind of says there's a message covering it, but I think I saw it said 190, which is perfectly fine. And someone else said 155. That's also possible. I thought I saw 195, but you know, I'm at a weird angle with lights all over the place. It's well secured with 3 clips since it has that bed frame. Yeah, all my other machines were decent with the clips. So it also has these edges that go up in the corners. So the bed isn't coming off. Like it literally cannot go anywhere. So how often is the firmware being updated by Mingda? That's a good question. I've never needed to update my firmware for the other 2 machines. So I've never actually personally looked into it. So what makes you ask that? Just because you're looking for extra features, or do you have a concern about something? Maybe we can help answer that.
Yes, if you want to update the firmware, you can go to our official store. There is the newest, latest firmware for you to upload.
Yeah, unlike other companies, they do make their firmware available pretty quickly, and they do keep it up to date.
Yeah.
And they're
check
running,
out,
and correct me if I'm wrong, Vicky, you're running MKS boards, Robin Nanos, Nano 2s?
Yeah.
So they are fully Marlin. There's plenty of customization guides out there for the Nano boards and the TFT screens. So you can actually get into doing your own firmware.
Yes, and
very
if
nice.
you have any questions about the Magician series 3D printers, we have our official store for you too. There is a professional technician in our group. Then you can ask in some question in the group. We will provide some answer and the solution for you.
Nice.
And I forgot one thing. I want to tell all the audience here. And now our Mingda official store has the Black Friday deals. As before, someone asked about the PI. Actually, now we have the activity for buy Magician Series 3D printer can get free PI. You can check in our official store.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
So someone asked, will this print ASA? With the PTFE tubing in the hot end, as far as I understand, this is not an all-metal hot end, so ASA requires some pretty hot temperatures. I would probably do some really simple modifications to get it to do that before I throw ASA on here. That's just me personally. Can it do it? Yeah, its temperatures can probably reach high enough to do it. So there's definitely some headroom on the machine for sure. Buy a machine now and get free PI. Yeah, I think I did see that, didn't I? So definitely check out the website right now.
Yes.
All right.
Now, yeah.
Good. So I'm going to set the Z level height, and what I do is I usually like to use the manuals just because they are a nice thin sheet of paper, and you already have it, and it's here. So let's go ahead and do that. Settings, Z offset. Let's set it to 0. I'm going to hit increase to see where it goes. Do I have to home the machine first? Looks like I have to home it first, so let's do that. Let's hit home, home. I did see while I was taking a look at the feed of questions here, someone asked at what speed I usually print at. I usually stick to around 60-ish on these machines just because the quality is really high around there. I'm sure you can go higher, especially if you're not printing something really elaborate. And I would definitely just, this is a personal opinion, is on something this big, I would 100% be buying this and getting myself a 0.6 millimeter nozzle. All right, let's see how the homing works. Okay, and then let's go back. Z offset. Is it already in Z offset mode?
So for anybody who noticed, there is a little bit of glue on my bed. That is not because of leveling issues. It's because of removal issues. This glass grabs really well. So I put a little bit of glue down to make it a little bit easier to get parts off.
Yes, it does. All right, so let's see. So I'm trying to set the Z offset here, and I'm having some trouble. So I homed it.
Yes, Terry, we're at 120 millimeters per second.
120. You're printing at 120 right now?
Yes, sir.
Nice. All right, so I'm going to hit the Z offset button. And I usually hit 0 and then try to decrease by 0.01. But I'm not seeing any movement at the moment. So here we go. We're going to do some live troubleshooting. So what I typically do in this situation is I'm going to move the bed forward. We're going to turn these steppers off. Let's see how we do that. Get the Z up a little bit here. Settings. Okay, I gotta stop hitting that button because there's nothing in there really. So should be in move from what I remember, but I'm not seeing how to turn the steppers off. Well, anyway, what I was trying to say was I like to flip the bed over to the other side so that if the Z offset while you're setting it is too low for the bed, you're not destroying your bed. And that is a pro tip for you. And not just on this machine, on literally any machine that has this lattice bed. So this is just for you to hone in your settings while you're trying to figure it out. And, you know, this is a new machine for me. I haven't used it, so we're learning as we go. So for those of you guys that have seen or have owned machines like this with lattice bed, how many times have you dug your hot end into it? Flip that thing over while you're tuning. Makes it much easier. All right, let's try that again. Go menu, Z offset. So hitting Z offset doesn't seem to want to do anything. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a good old restart, right? I used to work in IT. That solves everything.
So,
right, do
Michael
you guys have any other
Metcalf, I
questions?
expect we'll be seeing your order come through soon.
You have the manual right there? Yeah, it's true. It's literally directly in front of me. I don't like the manuals. Let's go back to the preheat so that we're at a good temperature. All right, let's follow the instructions. Why not? I gotta say, the instructions are pretty nice. All right, printing Z offset. Here we go. Let's see if there's any specific steps. So according to here, Z offset is set during the print, which is why I flipped the bed. This is what my plan was, to start the bed, and as soon as it starts the print, try to, yeah, so that's what it wants you to do. Z offset adjust. So you know what? Because I messed with those numbers, and I have a feeling it can regulate Z offset by itself since it's using the actual nozzle itself. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit level again. I know it's going to take a minute to do, but it's worth doing. I don't want to damage anything, obviously. So I'm literally doing the same thing that I would be doing if I was, doing this by myself. So we'll treat it in the same fashion. So here's my thinking. I'm going to let this thing level. I'm going to, with the bed flipped over this way, I'm going to start the print that's on the SD card. And I'm going to use the menu to set the Z offset while it prints. And then when it's looking really good, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to flip the bed back to where it's supposed to be. And then we'll start the print for real. And then it should be perfect. And we won't damage the bed. It does have really quiet operation. Steve is yelling at me. That's what I said, Feder. Sorry, man. There's so many comments flying through. Even though I know there isn't that many here, it's hard to keep up because on my side of the screen, I have both the Facebook Live and YouTube comments, so it does go pretty fast. There you go, Steve. All right, but yeah, Yeah, I wanted to mention that because usually when you have a machine that's heated up, even when it's sitting, it's pretty quiet with the fans. But usually when you heat it up, the fans get loud. And I mean, I'm right here. I am wearing, headphones, so this is where the mics are, and it's pretty quiet.
Sorry about that. I'm gonna take another look here. We've already got a deck and a box, and we're getting ready to build that cabin.
Nice. So Tom is, I can answer for him while he's showing us. Tom is using a 0.4 millimeter nozzle, the nozzle that came with the machine.
Yes, mine came with a 0.4.
Yeah, I actually agree with this. It does sound totally reasonable, and especially for the build like this, and the current sale that's going on. Right, Zumi. All things considered, everyone has their budget for sure.
500 viewers.
Let's get that to 1,000. 500, not enough. Hooray, Tom is back. People are celebrating, Tom.
This is probably the most people I've ever seen come for a 3DP rescue event. So I'm pretty pleased with the number I'm seeing right now. But yeah, let's get that up to 1,000, folks.
Yep.
We will celebrate one thing. In the next few hours, we are going to cross 4,000 members.
Congrats.
For those who don't know the history, a year ago today, we had 203 members. So this group has grown by leaps and bounds. And what we started to be is what we still are today. We're a kind and helpful group, and we take care of each other. We help each other out. And we are very friendly for students and teachers to come in and pick up tips on how to run these machines.
Yeah, and that's why I was excited about this, because I tend to be in that same camp of mindset, at least. In practice, I don't know, but a mindset. So I'm heating the machine back up just for those that are following along. Tom, someone asked if you sliced that in Cura or in Prusa Slicer.
The Benchy?
Yes.
The Benchy was sliced in Cura.
Cura. Good to know.
Because it was what I had open at the moment.
Getting some congratulations for your numbers. Everyone's happy to see.
Thank you.
How loud is a PSU? That's what I was actually referring to. Typically, when you're heating up a machine, it gets pretty loud. And I got to say, can you hear it? It's pretty quiet.
Can you hear mine running in the background?
No, I think I hear maybe a TV, but not the printer.
Yeah, if I turned on my ender right now, y'all would know I was printing.
Oh, that actually might be some people in the background at Vicky's work, because obviously they're at the main Mingda location. There's other people working there, so that's probably what you hear. All right, so are we up to temp? Let's see. We are at 58 on the bed and 203. All right, so let's get our filament down in there. Let's see if I can just push through the gearing. Nope. So I'm going to undo the extruder. We'll push some filament down. What I like, one of my favorite little tools is I have these little tweezers. Highly suggest one of these. And that lets you just get filament, little ooze balls out of the way really easily. So now that we've purged some filament, let's go ahead and put this back. Give it some decent tension. I gotta admit, I never know how much tension to put on these things, on this style extruder, but it seems to always work really well. All right, and then let's go ahead and start the print on this. So I'm going to go print SD, and we're going to hit our little angel here. Let's go to confirm. And as soon as it starts moving, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit baby step, and that's the setting that's going to hopefully let me adjust the Z offset without scratching our glass. So let's see. So I need to lift it a bit. There we go. It is already looking good. The Z offset looks really good at 0.4. Let's lower it a bit. There we go. I'm happy with that. Okay, so I'm going to hit save. This value is combined with the Z offset. Okay, that's good. And, you know, we could just let it print on this side of the glass. I actually tend to like the smooth side of the glass. So sometimes when you're having trouble on the smooth side of the glass, flip over to the lattice glass. And if the lattice glass in your particular print, filament, setting, whatever you're printing at, is holding too much, you could always try this side of the glass. And actually the smooth side of glass, and a lot of people don't even know this, that they could flip theirs. The smooth side of the glass tends to take things like glue a little bit better, just because there isn't all those, you know, I guess that lattice material to hold all the little dots. So you can print on both. And don't be scared to flip over your beds, guys. Another thing is if you want a mirror-like finish on the front of whatever you're printing, or at least the bottom, you can use the smooth side. And if you like a little bit of texture, or like I said, need a little bit of help with adhesion, you can always flip it over to the lattice glass. I'm calling it that. There's probably a better term for this. Dang, I wish my Mini would let me lower Z offset from the control screen. Which Mini are you referring to? The Prusa Mini? Oh, here's a good one. So Arthur was saying how when he joined, there was less than 200 members. So definitely fun to see a group grow, huh? Can't really hear. I'm running on the phone here. There's no way for me to actually check. Everyone, can everyone hear us okay? Hopefully where there isn't one, there is many. I haven't seen any other comments about audio issues. Oh, mono price select. Yeah, I wonder if there's a firmware update you can do. Vicky, someone was asking if you're at the factory currently.
Yes, our company is a manufacturer. We have our own R&D team, standard production line. Our manufacturer we work in the factory.
Audio is great. Sound is good. I hear fine. Perfect. The bumpy side. That's a good name for the other side of the bed. I might call it that from now on. Smooth or the bumpy side. Here, let me show you guys. Well, right now it's printing a not the actual print itself. It's doing a raft, it looks like at the moment. So maybe after it does the raft, I can bring the camera a little bit closer. Maybe in future streams, we can do multiple camera setups. But this was just a nice way for us to start doing these and checking it out. Hey, if you guys are enjoying it, why don't you give us a like? I'm sure everyone in here would appreciate it. And it lets us also know if we're doing okay or not, right? Or use the dislike too. You could do that. No one else will see it, just me. But you can use it. So yeah, it's printing nice, smooth, and quiet so far. Nothing to complain about here. Up in 20 minutes, printing in about an hour or so. Actually, that brings me to my next question, Tom and Vicky. So we are over an hour. I have a bit more time. I could probably go another 20 minutes or so just to see how far we get along with the prints. Is that okay with you guys?
I can hang with you. That's not a problem.
All right, sounds good. Vicky, what about you? Don't wanna, if you're on a schedule, feel free to do what you must.
It's okay. I want Tom to have show about our. I know Tom have our Magician X and Magician Pro. So could you have also show our Magician X to some audience? Maybe they do not know our Magician X.
Yeah, if anybody's got any questions, knock them out.
Yeah, Magician X is more smaller than Magician Pro.
Yeah, so there's 3 machines. There's the Magician Pro, the Max, which is similar but not quite as robust as this, and then there's also the Magician X, which is a smaller machine.
Yeah.
And that one will also fit on top of this one. So if you don't have the space, which this does demand a lot of space, mind you, not everyone's going to be able to put this. I mean, look, I'm a large American man. So this thing is definitely large. So if you guys like this machine, like the mechanics, check out the Magician X. And I definitely did a video on it, several videos, and definitely check those out. I go into a lot of details if you guys are looking.
The X is 250, 250. The Max is 300, 300, 310, 310.
I don't remember off the top of my head, and I don't have it next to me at the moment.
And the Pro is 400, 400, 400.
Yeah.
The monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. The printing size of Magician Pro is 400 by 400 by 400 millimeter, and Magician Max is 320 by 320 by 400 millimeter, and the smaller one is Magician X by 230 by 230 by 260 millimeters.
Yeah, and that's a nice height too. Lets you print some large things. Zumi asks, what kind of hot end is on this? Just your regular hot end with a PTFE liner in it. They can be upgraded in various ways, which I've done, but they come with a pretty standard hot end. So you're good to print PLA. It does TPU really well, actually. It would do PETG. You can probably get away with some ABS prints. However, like I said, since it has PTFE, I would probably look into at least some higher temperature tubing to put inside. But that's another good reason to check out the Mingda Facebook groups or things like that, or our Discord, for example, for 3DPrintSOS, because a lot of people modify these things, and you could get some advice in a group like that. And obviously, 3DP Rescue. Come on. So yeah, let me get the camera here. You guys are about to get sick with me moving this thing, but let me unplug. All right, looking smooth on that layer. So this is it's printing a raft at the moment, but if we look towards the back here, we have our first layers, and it is looking nice. So this is just for those tuning in or might not know, this is from the SD card. This is not something that I sliced, so I don't have the exact settings for it. But hey, that's why Tom is printing what he's printing, right? So we can see both. All right. I'm out of coffee. This is a disaster. For next stream, I'm putting a coffee maker down in my basement. All right. Let's see if you guys have any other questions. Someone said, thank you, Tom, Vicky, and Feder. You are welcome. Steve, Feder, do you have a video on hot changes you did? I believe in the video for the Max, for the Magician Max, I did a nozzle change right in the video, and you can see the hot end there.
Yes, if you need the video, you can contact us. Contact our by Facebook. We can share the links that you need for you.
Mm-hmm. Feder, could you throw up your Discord link, please? Sure, I can. Let's go ahead and get that for you. Actually, if you are also on, actually, are you on Facebook? Yeah, I was going to say, if you are on the YouTube side, I always have them in all of my descriptions, but let me grab one. No limit, never generate. All right, I'm going to paste the Discord link for those interested in the comments right now. There you go. All right, so you should see that at least in the Facebook, in the YouTube side. Let me go ahead and post it in the live comments as well. There we go. All right, for those interested, that is in the comments. Oscar said, I like the big one. It's cool. Yeah, I think so too. I definitely like the construction of this. I think it's very unique in that. I was kind of excited to learn that it didn't have the shroud that contains everything that kind of bulges out. Sorry, let me just adjust this camera. Yeah, I really like this. I think it makes the whole thing really robust. And the extrusions kind of go on top to this plastic. I know you can't see that, but the top, this is molded plastic, and it has a really specific shape because it also holds the belt mechanism for the Z's and these extrusions together. So yeah, very good. The construction of it is legit. Someone is saying that they think the nozzles are V6 style. They are, I can confirm. The spare nozzle that came with it is V6. The one that I put in previously on other machines are V6, so they are V6 style nozzles. What about replacement parts? That's a good question. Vicky, maybe you can answer that. Can you find replacement parts for these machines on the Mingda website?
Yes, you can. If you need any spare parts, you can find the spare parts on our official store. Some of the spare parts are available in our overseas warehouse in the USA and the EU.
Nice. John asks, whoops, the comment disappeared. There we go. John asks, I thought printing over 240 was a no-no for PTFE line hot ends. Well, one, the heat that you're putting down at the bottom doesn't always go all the way up to the PTFE tubing. It obviously depends on the printer. To be safe, don't. That's kind of the key. Like, just because the printer can do it doesn't mean that you should. And that's why I kind of recommend you don't do sustained hot prints on a machine with PTFE. So knowing that it can is actually really nice because it gives you an upgrade path. It gives you options, but you kind of have to figure that out, while you guys are in there checking out the specs. And I would say the majority of the machines, if not almost all the machines, at least for my experience from my channel, come with PTFE lined, unless it's really, really specifically mentioned. It's that they're all metal hot ends. So. For me personally, whenever I put together a machine, assemble it, as soon as I see PTFE, I know that I'm printing 3 things on it. I'm going to print PLA, TPU, and some PETG. Now, if it prints PETG really well, I typically go and find a way to modify the hot end, either with a hotter PTFE that lets me go a little bit hotter, or put in an all-metal hot end so that I can keep those temperatures higher for things like ABS and ASA. So that's just my personal take on it. Is that's just like a, you know, whenever I see PTFE, I just stick with the lower temps. Oscar said, "You'll be as big as Joel's channel." Wow, that's thank you. Joel's like a hero, right? We love Joel. High five. These machines print PETG very well. It's true. I've printed PETG on my machines, and they do print it well. How long does it take to get parts shipped from Mingda? Vicky, do you have warehouses all over, or is there one main one? I guess because the majority of the people in here are going to be from the U.S.
Yes, we now have warehouse in the USA, EU, Australia, and Canada.
Nice. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, he's back.
Yep, I set up the laptop.
Hey, you know what? Magician is in the name, and you're over here poofing and coming back. I see he's very on brand.
Exactly.
I was almost expecting you to come back with a cloak and a hat.
Houdini and his magician. I can't carry the laptop over to look at the benchy, but I'm getting ready to put a roof on it.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, we could see it back there. So my print looks like it's going very well as well. Now it has finished printing the roof of the the word always slips my mind. I want to say island, and that's not it. That's why I always pause whenever I think about it. Because it's not printing directly on the glass. It makes that little platform first. But it's on the first layer of the actual print. Raft. Thank you, sir.
Certainly.
But it's looking good. It's looking good. No complaints. It's not blazing away with speed for this particular print, but you know what? It's the first print on a machine. I wouldn't be going fast anyway. One other thing to mention about speed on this particular machine, or the other Mingda machines as well. One thing to note is this has a very large gantry. Usually and typically like on Ender style machines, you see this being a 2020. This is a 2060, I want to say. So and what that does is it gives the entire hot end and mechanism less leverage, or more leverage, I guess, not to move. Like the wheels are further apart, so it's definitely much more planted. If this thing was thinner, well, then going faster wouldn't really be an option for you. So yeah, it has a lot going for it. So far, so good. Now, I think it has little rubber feet. It does. It has rubber feet. Because I don't feel any vibrations coming through at all. Obviously, I'm not going fast, but it's very smooth. Smooth, quiet, easy to set up. So far, this has a lot of things that we all like and want in a machine. And I'm not just saying that. I'm being 100% honest, as I try to be. Just mentioned because I thought I heard a dog barking. You're listening very closely.
Oh, there's a big dog barking. My son and my dog bark at each other, so it's a little game they play.
I have a orange cat, and everyone in my household has red hair. So I don't know about barking, but it depends if there's a full moon or not. Luster Stone said, "Got to drop. Movie time with family." Hey, thanks for joining in. He said thanks to all three of us: 3D Print, SOS, 3D Print Rescue, and Mingda 3D. You're welcome. Glad you enjoyed the stream. How much space is needed on the desk? That's actually a good question, and I guarantee you I don't have a way to measure here. But you know what? I'll do it. I'm here for the people. I'll be right back. Here, I'll mute my mic and I'll go grab some tools.
Nice tone.
So
I'm
the
back.
base is 25 3/4 inches.
Oh, you did it, huh?
Yeah, I tried typing it, but it didn't. I guess it didn't get there before you took off. I would recommend a 30-inch deep table so that you've got some stability.
That's actually good. I was going to ask if the bed goes past where the printer is itself, and
To the back,
yeah, it looks like it would.
It doesn't go too far back, but to the front, it swings out pretty far over the screen.
Stay hydrated, my friends.
Oh, you ran out of coffee, huh?
I did. Zumi said it was whiskey, and I bet she thinks this is beer. It's not. But maybe next time. Print's looking good. You guys want to see? All right. So that is the first layer on top of the raft. And we will get a better idea once it goes to the second side, but it's looking good. And you know what? Once, if we have enough time, I'll switch over the filament once we get another layer or so. But it's looking like we're about to be at an hour and a half, so we'll see. I can't promise that, so I might break some promises there. Someone said White Claw. No, not for me. Although you know what, some White Claws are okay, but not for me. I definitely like beer over the seltzers. I did find it amazing that they kind of swept the world with that beverage. So they have my props, no matter if I like it or not. Another person asked how they enter the giveaway. If you head to the Facebook group, actually, I think you are on the Facebook group. Whoever asked that, I can't actually see your name from here. There are instructions on how to enter. What are the fan specifications on the hot end and cooling? I can't get into the specifications because, you know, it's printing and I don't have any numbers in front of me here. But I think, from what I remember, it uses pretty standard fans for cooling. Actually, this uses a stack of 30-millimeter fans towards the back of the hot end in a kind of an unconventional way, where it is literally towards the back, pointing forward, blowing air. And you can see more of that where I took the hot end apart in my, believe, Magician X video. So if you're interested in seeing that, that's the place to go check that out. I took a look at it in detail. Yes, in the group is where the instructions are on how to enter. Great live stream. Thank you. Appreciate that. The first one. Hopefully we can do more of these. Promises are meant to be broken. Oh, wait, the rules. See? You're with me. So how we looking over there, Tom? What are we at? Are we on the roof yet?
Yep. Yep, printing the roof now.
Very nice.
And if I can get the pictures from Google, I'm once again very impressed with the quality that comes from this machine out of the box, let alone uncalibrated. Now that I've tuned it up a little, the bench I showed you the other day, this one's about to blow it out of the water.
Oh, nice. Nice. Locker finds. I have to go. Call coming in. Thank you, Feder, Vicky, and Tom. You are very welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Steve said, easy to change heaters and thermistors. Yeah, it has standard parts on it, which is always nice. It's never, in my personal opinion, a good sight when you open a printer and it doesn't have complete standard parts that are wearables. And one thing to note is I can see that it's on the second layer now, and it is printing a little bit faster. It has kicked off of its slow settings now, so that's nice. So we might be able to do a layer change sometime soon.
Well, it doesn't let me post a picture to the live chat, so I'll post one on the group.
Yeah, there's still some kinks to work out.
Hang on, Facebook's choking on itself.
And yeah, I can't actually see any comments on the Facebook side, unfortunately. I'm not sure why, but I'm not going to dig into it because I can see most of them coming in here. They're just fast, so I can't get to everybody that's asking. But hopefully, I'm trying. Alexander said, ask Tom if he's going to post this tune as a tutorial. I don't see why not, right, Tom? I'm sure if your Benji comes out great, you could just post that G-code in the group.
Yeah, I actually I'll post my settings for Kira, and then once I get playing around in Super Slicer with this, I'll put the Super Slicer settings up.
Nice. Super Slicer user, huh?
Yeah, unless I need trees, I like Super Slicer. It's for practical pieces and flat pieces, it's just a lot more effective and a lot more efficient than Kira.
Nice.
But if I need trees, Kira's my home. And that's the Benchy was sliced in Kira because I was slicing a project for a customer and I did it with trees. And then I made a mount for my Mini.
Gotta love practical prints. Some of my favorite stuff to do. Outside of this. Those are definitely my favorite things to do. And actually, for some of those wondering, those are fully 3D printed crawlers, completely entirely 3D printed. And some of the prints on that yellow one were actually done by a Mingda machine. And I have videos on projects like this that you can do. This is completely fully 3D printed, and I believe the interior was printed on the Mingda along with some other parts on this. So this is fully functional. This is an RC vehicle. It has a full articulating suspension. It is by 3D Sets, is the company that sells the plans for this. And it is fully functional. I have videos on my channel of me driving this thing around, and it's quite the project, but it's extremely fun. And on a printer like this, you can pretty much fill the bed with large parts and don't have to break them up into pieces. So if you're into doing projects, this might be a good option.
It's really cool.
Thank you, Vicky.
And you can also share some useful 3D printing skills with the audience.
Yeah, for sure. I don't have any off the top, but there's just so much stuff you can do, and the fact that this is large. What was another good one that we did recently? Tom, have you been printing anything big?
Have I been printing anything?
Yeah, large.
For CPAP stands. If you're not familiar with CPAPs, it's what some of us have to use at night to sleep. I do a life-size human skull. Most recent one is wearing a Batman mask.
Very nice.
And he was done on my IDEX printer, so that the skull is white and the Batman mask is black. Those I can't I can't do them on 235s. You got to be 300 or bigger. So, and those are maybe a half a dozen a year right now.
Oh, okay.
Big.
No, it seems like
for a very restricted crowd.
I see.
But I do.
It seems like my machine has kicked into gear over here. So now that we're on the third layer, it's pretty much faster, as you guys can see. Didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh no,
I just heard some noises.
Well, I think Bobby remembers seeing pictures of the Batman, and he lights up. So I had some problems with the IDEX where it was leaving flecks of black in the white skull portion, and I was kind of ticked about it, and I was going to paint it, and then I lit it up, and the little flecks of black actually make it look like an old worn out skull. It looks pretty badass when it's lit up. So I left it that way.
That's awesome. That sounds like definitely a rewarding project there. Greg the Nomad with the $5. Thank you so much. He said, great combination of people on one live stream. Appreciate that. That's very kind of you.
I'm not sure who that is, Facebook user, but yes, the Magician X is a fantastic printer. Easy setup, just like this big monster here is an easy setup. Auto level, no knobs. It's pretty much a press go.
Yeah, that's definitely been a highlight of Mingda machines for sure. Yeah, I think that's the key to the Mingda brand. If you guys keep the printers this easy to get going, I think you guys will be extremely successful in the future. Not that you aren't already. I'm just saying further.
Yeah,
auto level is the bee's knees.
Self-leveling Core XY would be an awesome piece.
Yeah, you guys hear that, Mingda? Yeah, this in a Core XY situation. The platform is already here. But yeah, we're cooking over here. It's definitely kicked up in speed. I'd probably say it's somewhere between 60, maybe 70-ish, just by me observing how fast this is going.
Steve Kenny, good to see you here. Glad you stopped being shy and showed up. Benchy's done.
Hey, we heard that beep.
And a little bit of glue on the bed makes pulling it off really easy. Let's see where we can get here in the camera.
Look at that. Let's see those overhangs. Looking good.
That's a lot
So-
cleaner than the one I did the other day without calibrating.
That is some very nice setting there. So one thing to note is I saw the top of the pipe was a nice clean circle. So when you see the benchy and you flip it up like that, and you see that circle and then the square in the back, when squares are squares and circles are circles, we are cooking. Yep, that's the one I'm talking about. And that square in the back, yep.
Look at that flag holder.
So you got to think about that. Massive 400 by 400 by 400 bed slinger. On paper, that might make some people cringe, technically, especially right now when all the talk is, other types of machines. But here it is, printing a tiny, regular-sized benchy with a 4 millimeter nozzle going at 120 millimeters per second. So, something to be said. And this was all printed live during this stream. It sounded like this was prepared in some way, shape, or form.
Correct.
So,
And
yeah, very nice.
the total time from level to warm up to complete print is an hour and 10 minutes. The actual print time on this thing is 57 minutes. Now the fastest benchy I've ever done.
Yeah, and that is looking real good for that time. Now, obviously, if you give up some quality, I'm pretty sure you can go a little bit faster than that. But if you're looking for quality, I think that's quite an achievement for this machine. So you got to think about this. If you are in the market for a printer, going big isn't necessarily always the best thing. It heats up a little bit longer. It takes up a little bit of extra space. For this particular machine, even if you have the desk space, you got to consider where it's going because this thing is really tall. It's taller. Well, obviously it's on a table, but right now it's quite tall. I can reach the very, very top here. Obviously it's off frame, so you got to consider. But they have a very similar experience in different sizes, small, medium, and large at the moment. So hats off to Mingda for that. All right, so we are on the third layer. You know what? I said I would do it before the stream is over. Let's go ahead and change the color. So let's see, we have a pause setting. I'm going to hit pause. And actually, I think last time I used the change filament setting, but here we go. Nozzle parked. I'm going to go ahead and take this out. Let's load in the pink, shall we? That way everybody's winning. Oh, and I did it again. You see that? The thing I say not to do. Do as I say, not as I do, right? That's what every parent says. There we go. So I'm just going to squeeze out the red until we see nothing but this lovely pink color from 3D Max. All right.
Yeah, Magician Series 3D printer use direct extruder.
Yes. Yeah, and that makes things like this easier as well. All right, so we're going to hit confirm and resume. And let's see how the machine handled a switch. Perfect. Let me bring you in. The build plate is glass T-Walk. So I have it flipped to the smooth side because I didn't want to ruin the plate while calibrating the Z offset. Now that I have the Z offset set, I'm going to flip it back to the other side. And obviously this isn't the best colors to choose from to show you a color change. But yeah, we have pink printing on red. Oh, let me unplug this camera. There we go. Let's see if you can see it from this angle. So there we go. The pink is printing absolutely perfectly. There is no gaps or oozing or anything of the sort. So for those of you that want to do a manual change, that is something you can do right from the menu and also through your settings in your slicer. If that's something that you wanted to plan a little bit more careful. Yep, looking good. All right, so we have our benchy. We have our assembled machine. I think it's probably okay to start to wrap things up. So let's talk about the contest and the giveaway, and we can kind of put it all together with that. Tom, do you have more info on that?
We're going to be awarding a Mingda Magician X and a mini PC Octoprint setup, full Linux OS, built by 3DP Rescue for 3DP Rescue, and for anybody else who wants to get a hold of it.
That's very cool.
It runs on a Dell Wise DX10, DX1D thin client. And it'll run on anything with a AMD or Intel 64-bit processor unit. And I am in development of the 32-bit version.
That is very cool. So the directions on how to enter have been in the group to 3DP Rescue. So when are you going to be drawing for the winners, and where should they look to see if they've won or not?
Vicky's going to take care of that with her magic wheel, and she'll let me know, and I'll post them on the group, or she can post them on the group. She's a full member, has full access.
Okay, so it will be okay. Just to be 100% clear for those asking, is the results will be done after the stream, not on the stream, but after the stream in the group. Someone will be chosen. There were directions on how to enter. Everyone's been entering. Someone will be chosen, and that will be taken care of in the group. So after we wrap up here, I'll have links to everywhere that we need to go, that you guys need to go in the description, at least on the YouTube side. All right, so what's everyone think? Let's hear some closing statements from you guys in the comments. What do you guys think? What are your impressions about these machines? You guys have heard us talking about it. But it'd be nice to kind of read a few comments before we head off here about what you guys think. What are your impressions? Patrick M., you said he's asking what group it is. It is the 3DP Rescue group. There should be links down in the chat there, so you can go and get directions on how to do it. Love, love, love. It's so quiet. Yes. Love the auto leveling. Yes, we do too. Like what I've seen. Seem very user-friendly and well-built. Yeah, definitely. I agree. I actually think this is my favorite machine out of the batch so far. That's just my opinion. I would definitely consider one for my next printer. Lots of features are like, yeah, it's definitely one of those machines to consider, in my personal opinion.
Vicky,
yeah, the way you can see the filament.
Someone's asking when we're going to see new designs, replacements, upgrades for the Magician series. That'll be sometime next year, right?
I think she's mentioned that before, is next year they're going to potentially do some more machines.
Hello?
Looks like a great machine. Love the easy assembly. Yep, us too. Sorry, go ahead, Vicky.
Yes. Next year we will release some new machines. We will launch the new product on our social media and let you know.
Thank you.
So let's see. Seems solid. Good general look. Would love to dive into one. Yep, it is more thought out than some of the other ones that are in the category, for sure. At least just in this, assembly and print, in my personal opinion. Highly considering, just got to consider the price in Australia. Yeah, you guys do have some interesting pricing, gotta say.
Yeah, yes, you can check the price on our official store. We now have opened the warehouse in Australia and Canada.
Nice. Someone said, Mingda's a great company too. I had issues and they made sure to help me right away. That's also been my personal impression.
Yes, we have professional sales support team to support you. You can contact us on social media, email, and our team will reply you quickly in time.
Mm-hmm. Zumi, yeah, I'll definitely mention in a second here after we get a couple more just comments in. Actually, you know what? I'll just say it now. So Zumi in our Discord for 3D Print SOS is doing a contest where you could print 3D printed toys to give away to kids that are in need. It is a really good a contest for a great cause, and the reason why it's a contest is because 3D Max will be giving away 30 spools to the person that prints the most toys for kids, and then they also have a second place with 20 spools and a third place with 10 spools. That's 30 spools of filament for printing toys for kids in need. So I think everyone is a winner in a contest like this, and Zumi has laid out all of the rules, everything you need to know. How to enter. It does end just before Thanksgiving or on Thanksgiving because the toys have to be given out to everyone that's in need. If you guys are interested in that, please join the Discord. You can always find the links to my Discord channel in the description below. And like I said, there's a contest tab there where you can check out all of the rules for that contest. I know it's a bit unrelated, but it's for a great cause, and I'm sure that everyone can stand behind that. And if you had a machine like this, where you can print multiple things on it at once and not be running out of room, well, it seems like that's a good combo. And I'll have a link to join the group down below as soon as the stream is over, because I can't quite do that while we're on here.
Yes, Tom, please share your group link here. I think some people want to join your group.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, Tom.
We've got some people who would like to know if this is being recorded so they can replay it.
Yes, it is recorded. It will be rewatchable on my YouTube channel.
Excellent.
Yeah. Yes, please enter in the 3DPrintSOS group, and the winner will be announced by Tom in his group.
Yep. Yeah, so lots of fun giveaways going on and contests going on and printers going on. So I think with that, everybody, we should do a little bit of closing. I enjoyed this stream. I enjoyed putting this machine together. Thank you to Mingda for allowing us to do this live on stream and sending us these machines to be able to show it off. So we really appreciate it.
This has been good. It's been fun, and I'm glad that I got the child's fingers worked out and got the printer printing. Still blew me away how fast it made this thing.
Yeah. Why don't you show it off for the camera one more time, just so that we get a closer look. So this was once again printed on this giant machine at 120 millimeters per second. Right here on the stream.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Frodo.
And it is as clean as it looks. And it's pretty impressive for 120 millimeters per second.
Very nice. All right, everybody. And I think with that, the stream is a wrap. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, everybody, for commenting. This was our first one and hopefully not our last. Appreciate you all. And I'm going to hit that end button.
The last
See you guys in the
count
comments.
I saw, we were over 600. So thank you, everybody.
Ooh,
I appreciate you coming out for us.
Thank you.
See you, everybody.
Peace.